The digital nomad lifestyle has been glamorized as the ultimate dream, working from exotic beaches, sipping coconuts, and exploring the world while earning a living. But behind the Instagram filters and viral TikToks lies a darker truth that locals in popular destinations are starting to voice. From skyrocketing rents to cultural clashes, the influx of digital nomads is creating tension in communities worldwide. Why are locals increasingly frustrated with this growing trend? And what does this mean for the future of remote work and travel? Let's dive into the untold story of why digital nomads are not always welcome. When digital nomads arrive in a new city, they often seek out affordable living, reliable Wi-Fi, and a vibrant community. But what seems like a win-win situation, nomads get a cheap place to live, and locals benefit from increased tourism, can quickly turn sour. In places like Bali, Lisbon, and Medellin, the sudden surge of remote workers has driven up housing prices, pushing locals out of their own neighborhoods. Landlords are now prioritizing short-term rentals to cater to nomads, leaving long-term residents struggling to find affordable homes. This economic displacement is one of the biggest reasons locals are growing resentful, as they witness their communities being reshaped to accommodate transient visitors rather than those who call these places home permanently. Beyond the housing crisis, digital nomads often unintentionally create a divide between themselves and the local population. Many nomads stick to expat bubbles, frequenting co-working spaces and cafes designed for foreigners, rather than integrating into the community. This lack of engagement can come across as disrespectful, as locals feel their culture and traditions are being ignored. While nomads may see themselves as temporary visitors, their presence has a lasting impact on the social fabric of the places they inhabit, often leading to feelings of alienation and cultural erosion among the local population. Another major issue is the economic imbalance digital nomads bring. While they may spend money on accommodation, food, and entertainment, their spending habits often bypass local businesses. Instead of supporting small, family-owned shops, many nomads opt for international chains or online services. This means the financial benefits of their presence don't always trickle down to the local economy, creating a sense of exploitation as locals watch their cities transform to cater to outsiders, while they struggle to make ends meet. Over time, this dynamic can deepen economic inequalities and foster resentment, as the wealth generated by nomads fails to benefit the broader community. Cultural insensitivity is another common complaint. Digital nomads, often unaware of local customs and norms, can unintentionally offend residents. Whether it's dressing inappropriately, disrespecting sacred sites, or failing to learn the local language, these actions can strain relationships between nomads and locals. Such behaviors, even if unintentional, can lead to misunderstandings and create a sense of disrespect among the host communities. While not all nomads are guilty of this, the behavior of a few can tarnish the reputation of the entire community, fueling resentment and hostility that may take years to repair. This cultural divide often highlights the need for greater awareness and education among digital nomads to foster mutual respect and understanding. The environmental impact of digital nomads is another growing concern. Popular destinations are already grappling with issues like overcrowding, pollution, and strained infrastructure. The influx of remote workers only exacerbates these problems, as they consume resources like water and electricity while contributing to waste. In places like Bali, where waste management systems are overwhelmed, the environmental footprint of nomads is becoming impossible to ignore. The increased demand for resources often leaves locals struggling to maintain their quality of life, as they bear the brunt of environmental degradation. Locals are left to deal with the consequences, further deepening their frustration and raising questions about the sustainability of long-term nomadism in these regions. Governments in some countries have started to take notice, implementing policies to regulate the digital nomad phenomenon. For example, Portugal has introduced a digital nomad visa, but with strict requirements to ensure nomads contribute to the local economy. Similarly, Bali is cracking down on visa overstays and illegal remote work, aiming to create a more balanced relationship between nomads and residents. While these measures aim to balance the benefits and drawbacks of nomadism, They also highlight the growing tension between nomads and locals, as communities seek to protect their resources and cultural integrity. These policies reflect a broader effort to address the challenges posed by the digital nomad lifestyle, while ensuring that local populations are not disproportionately affected. Despite these challenges, it's important to recognize that not all digital nomads are oblivious to their impact. Many are actively working to be more responsible travelers, supporting local businesses, learning the language, and respecting cultural norms. Some even use their skills to give back to the communities they visit, teaching workshops or volunteering. These efforts show that it's possible to be a digital nomad without alienating locals, but it requires mindfulness and a willingness to adapt. So, what's the solution to this growing divide? One approach is for digital nomads to adopt a more sustainable and respectful way of living and working abroad. This means choosing destinations that can handle an influx of visitors, supporting local economies, and making an effort to integrate into the community. Governments and local organizations can also play a role by creating programs that encourage positive interactions between nomads and residents, fostering mutual understanding and cooperation. Education is key. Digital nomads need to be aware of the impact they have on the places they visit and take responsibility for their actions. This includes understanding local customs, being mindful of their environmental footprint, and making an effort to contribute to the community. By doing so, they can help bridge the gap between themselves and locals, turning potential conflict into collaboration. At the same time, locals can benefit from finding ways to adapt to the changing landscape. While it's understandable to feel frustrated, embracing the opportunities that digital nomads bring, such as increased tourism and global connections, can lead to positive outcomes. By working together, both nomads and locals can create a more balanced and harmonious relationship. The truth is, the digital nomad lifestyle isn't going away anytime soon. As remote work becomes more common, the number of people choosing to live and work abroad will only continue to grow. But with this growth comes a responsibility to ensure that the benefits are shared by everyone, not just a privileged few. It's up to both nomads and locals to find common ground and build a future where everyone can thrive. In the end, the digital nomad phenomenon is a double-edged sword. While it offers incredible opportunities for personal and professional growth, it also comes with challenges that can't be ignored. By addressing these issues head-on, we can create a more sustainable and inclusive way of living and working in a globalized world. The key is to strike a balance that respects both the needs of nomads and the rights of locals. If you found this video eye-opening, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Let's start a conversation about how we can make the digital nomad lifestyle work for everyone. Drop a comment below with your thoughts. Do you think digital nomads are a blessing or a curse? And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for more honest takes on the latest trends and topics. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.